Hi, I'm Glenn Cheney with PharmaNext Research and Development. For the next 5 minutes, I'd like to share with you some exciting information about a developing field of research known as gene expression science. Specifically, I'll be sharing with you how gene expression science can impact weight management success. You already know that as a society we continue to grow more and more overweight. Many people try diet fad after diet fad, resulting in, at best, short-term changes. But eventually, most people fall back into their self-defeating habits and lifestyle. What we eat and how much we eat, as well as frequent physical activity, are all indispensable aspects of long-term health and fitness. Now, as I talk about gene expression science, please understand that I'm not suggesting that gene expression science replaces the need for healthy lifestyle habits, but there are certainly some exciting advancements that gene expression science offers that will make an excellent complement to your committed long-term efforts for health and fitness. Now, we've all heard of DNA before. Sometimes we've referred to DNA as our genetic blueprint. If you've ever seen a blueprint of a house or a building, you know that a blueprint contains information and instructions to create a physical structure. Well, just like that blueprint, DNA contains the information and instructions to make our cells and our bodies. Your DNA is comprised of approximately 25,000 genes. Each gene contains the information for a different structural or functional building block of your body, and each of those building blocks influence your physical traits. An example that you're probably familiar with is eye color. Your eye color is dictated by which genes you have. Now, it was once thought that DNA was a very stagnant thing, but our view of DNA and genes is changing. We now understand the concept of genetic expression. And that's to say, it's not just whether you have or don't have a gene related to a specific trait. In addition to asking whether you have or don't have a specific gene, scientists now study the degree to which each gene is being expressed. This concept of genetic expression is somewhat comparable to the idea of volume control. In other words, under certain conditions, the volume of some genes can be turned up, or the volume of other genes can be turned down. We call this genetic expression, and it's opened up a whole new universe of understanding how the volume of each gene impacts changes in our bodies. Changes like weight gain or the imbalance of body composition, meaning the percentage of our body that's made up of lean muscle versus fat tissue. Now, to help me explain, let me tell you about a study which investigated gene expression in fat tissue of identical twins. Now, in this study, 14 pairs of identical twins were selected. But the thing that was interesting is that one twin of each genetically identical pair was healthy weight, while the other twin of that pair was overweight. What the researchers discovered was, despite the fact that twin pairs shared the exact same genetical makeup, the overweight twins showed a down-regulation of genes related to fat metabolism. In other words, the volume of the genes related to fat metabolism was turned down low. The reason I share this particular study with you is people often feel that they're simply genetically predisposed to being overweight. But this study, which investigated identical twins, showed that it wasn't about whether you had or didn't have certain genes. Rather, the findings of this study helped us to understand that the volume, the genetic expression level of genes is more important. Now, you might say, well, so what? But all of this doesn't get really exciting until I tell you that separate from the study on identical twins, scientists have now discovered that certain plant extracts can impact the volume of some genes related to weight management. Just think of it, a research method that allows scientists to identify which genes are related to hunger, appetite, metabolism, and body composition, and then conducting studies to find natural ingredients to target these genes. The result is an exciting, all-natural weight management system, which when coupled with the right eating plan and regular physical activity can lead to long-term weight management success.